I guess everyone is doing the same thing. So you go here, you select your dealer. I've got actually two different dealers. I'm clicking on one on my phone and one on the computer. You go to this point right here, comes up as reserve.acura.com, and this is where it locks up. It does it on both devices. So this S2000 came in, it has 99,000 miles. The owners have had it since new, and it is in really nice shape. They basically want to go over the fluids, transmission, diff, and of course engine. I always like to film some of this stuff just so the customer can see it, but the differential had to be one of the cleanest diffs we've done. Even looking at the magnet, it was literally brand new. I felt like somebody did it the week before and brought it here to test us. Kind of funny. Anyway, this is what we recommend for the diff. 75-140 as per recommended by Ben at Putty Mod. Transmission, typically we run the factory MTF. We have found that the Royal Purple helps it feel a little slicker, but this is always our first go-to. And then of course engine oil. Use whatever you want to use, just change it regularly. This is the oil filter tool we use and sell in the store. Not only does it help the filter come off, it helps you torque it back on so it doesn't fall off. So as a checklist, go through, make sure everything's done, start the car up, make sure everything is happy, and then deliver it back to the customer. I try and stress this so often, I'm going to say it again. Change your oil. Don't listen to the guy that tells you the modern oils go for 10,000 miles and it's a big conspiracy theory and you're trying to buy oil and you don't need oil, just let it run forever. Oil is the only thing keeping the engine from being metal on metal. Almost everything in the engine has a layer of oil to stop the two surfaces touching. I say this so many times, if you don't think oil is that important, don't put it in for one oil change and see what happens. I'm just kidding, don't do that. Change your oil. Even if you put the crappiest, cheapest oil in it, at least change it often. You're getting any kind of material, any breakdown out of the motor. S2000s, this is what we've seen, and this is over 20 years of working on this car pretty much exclusively. One thing I've found lack of oil changes is the valve guides. The valve guides wear pretty drastically, and it's to a point where these cars will get misfires. Reason is, think of your valve as like this. The valve guide is basically a tube. It holds the valve like this, and as the valve is operating, the valve guide keeps that valve in control. It stops it moving. As the guide wears, the valve does this. As the valve does this, the valve wears the seat. As it wears the seat, you get misfires, you get low compression, you get terrible drivability, you get low horsepower. And that is because there is a layer of oil in this valve guide. On the top of the valve guide, there is a valve stem seal that just stops that oil coming all the way through and going into the combustion and smoking. So many other things require oil to be in good condition, so do me a favor, change it. Use your preferred oil, use AMSOIL, use Valvoline, use Mobil 1, use Walmart super special high performance extra unbelievable oil. Just change it often.
Hello.
Howdy.
We got goodies.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Do you want to do them in here or do you want to do them inside?
Let's do it inside.
It's getting hot out here, isn't it?
Hot, yes.
Yeah.
The Florida weather. Tell me.
She drives a Civic.
Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
Look at that.
Oh, that is.
Oh, man.
That looks cool. It looks good with the lighting too, with the grays and the whites.
Yeah, it does.
That is awesome.
Super excited to be in the store.
Try to get one.
That's it.
Right.
So you probably printed one for yourself, didn't you?
Yeah.
You should have come in wearing it. What do
Yeah, you should have worn it. So, hey, check out my new shirt. That would have been better.
I'm wearing it now.
There you go.
Right?
Awesome. So these, by the time you see this, will be in the store. Esther will put a list of all the sizes up on the screen.
Yeah.
And our printing lady made it.
Yes.
Awesome. Woo. Thank you so much. Your information on the screen if somebody wants a t-shirt.
Thanks.
You are our new t-shirt person.
Yes.
She took over from John, which was our old t-shirt person, and now we're back to you, which is now our new t-shirt person.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we've got hats coming too, right? I'm going to put you on the spot. What else?
What else? Koozies.
Koozies. always wanted to work at a pack and ship company.
You did.
I started this import shop thinking I could work on Hondas and cool stuff. No,
This is T-shirt day.
I know it is. I'm just kidding.
T-shirt day.
I'm just kidding, guys. We're actually utilizing our bins now. The Civic Type R shirts are all inventoried. I think last time I showed this on video, I was bringing the Corvette here. I brought the C8 over to Tran. You haven't seen one of these before?
No.
This is brand new.
Factory?
Yeah, this is the new Civic Type R.
Man.
I didn't realize that was a little window here, so I guess that would be an extra.
Huh?
I said I forgot that little window. I told you I had 4 windows on the back. It has that little window there. Look how big that is. You probably just stick anything from the back. So I put a piece of tape over there, you won't even see it. You can't look out that window. All right, so I'm a big fan of window tint. I like the way it looks, especially with the contrast in the blue and black on this car. So Tran has done all of my window tint since the 90s. I mean, all my CRXs is done, right up to even my higher end cars, the NSX, the C8, all of my other Corvettes, the C6s, the C7s. I tend to stay loyal. When somebody treats me right, I try and send them work. I kind of keep them in my network of people because I trust them and I like to share good quality work. Definitely doesn't look as dark on the window. Doors are up, is it?
No. Probably why I didn't.
Yeah.
Did limit for you. Did this.
He goes, ooh, they're way too dark. It's on the windows. What if that back window was a pain? Actually, no, the hatch opens.
So yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. It's funny when you look at it this way, it don't look too dark.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that. I got a picture with it. No, it doesn't. I got a picture with all the windows closed. It's not limo tint, is it?
No.
No, it looks perfect. Sweet.
Yeah, nice.
Oh yeah, so the door's closed. It definitely looks darker. Look how dark that looks. It looks super dark. But it's not. Look at that. It's why the interior really makes it look darker. Yeah, that looks awesome. Well, it's so much better, doesn't it? It's actually pretty clear on the inside. It's better than I thought it would be. It looks really dark from the outside, but like I say, when the windows and doors are all closed and the darker interior makes it look darker, but that takes some of the glare off. That's kind of the front windshield and the side right there. I didn't do the strip across the front. I'm not really a big fan of that. It doesn't look quite right to me. Well, George and I are kind of dragging today, more me because I stayed all the way to the end of the movie last night, the Fast and Furious X with Honda Pro Jason and company, and I didn't get home till I think 2:30 a.m. and then I was up again at 7, and we've been working today. But this looks so much better. So what's the over and under on me keeping this car? I know some of you guys have commented, and a few other of you guys are like, he's probably going to sell it. He's probably going to get something else. Well, so far, I like the car. There's a couple of little tweaks that I still plan on doing. I'll tell you about them. I think it needs a couple of things to improve it, but definitely to do the exhaust. We're going to build a titanium exhaust. I'm not expecting any power from it, but we're going to do a before and after dyno. I know it has 91 in the tank, so we're going to put on the dyno the way it is. It's got 170 miles on it, so next week we'll put on the dyno, we'll get some base runs. Then just the way it sits, I want to put 93 in it and give it a chance to make some adjustments to the timing map and see if it actually increases the power. I doubt it will, but it'd be just interesting to see if the car will relearn and add some timing for the 93. All right, rides by the river. This event is getting so busy. It starts at 8, but like any cars and coffee, 8, it's already under full steam. Well, we're gonna start getting here earlier. But yeah, we had a hard time parking. We didn't get to park together. There's Jeff Ratner over there. Henry is over there somewhere. Lewis is in the GTR. He's still trying to park. Jeff is over here. There's me right there in the Type R. Super fun driving it over here. I want to check that car out. These cars look way better in person than in pictures too. I gotta look at that, and then we'll make our way over this area. I didn't mean to tease it right till the end, but I tried to order an Integra Type S for 2 hours, and their system just kept crashing. So I guess so many people were trying to do the same thing, and it was the same day as this car came in. So this was basically sitting at the dealership while I was clicking on the computer trying to order that car. You had to be in front of the computer at 1 o'clock. I was there a few minutes before, kept refreshing with no success. So there is no Integra Type S coming, which might be a blessing in disguise because probably don't have the money for it anyway. I'm just kind of trying to do the YouTube thing and trying to create content. And honestly, I was trying to persuade my wife to have the Integra so I could sell her car. So it was kind of like one of those go out on a limb, get a loan for it. Hopefully I persuade her to get it. If she doesn't sell it, I probably won't lose any money. In the meantime, we are working on this car. We're doing a before dyno, just the way it sits. It has 91 in the tank. Yes, the dealer put 91 in the tank. We're going to see if it actually makes power, run it until it's almost out of gas, put some 93 in, do a backup run, see what it does, do 3 or 4 runs, make sure it doesn't heat soak. These are supposed to be a little bit better than the FK for heat soaking. And then we're going to build the exhaust. We might change these as well, so stay tuned for that. That is coming up really soon. If you're not familiar with this stuff, this is the Aurora grease from Honda. This is a super high temp grease. It's what I've used for years. I found it to be the best grease there is, especially for your clutch components. We use it to rebuild your shifter too. And we sell it in the store in smaller containers because it's been discontinued by Honda for some unknown reason. I don't know. It's the best grease I know of. Well, there is some alternatives out there. There's a couple of people trying different things. And some of you guys even sent me some of your grease and I'm going to test it. I have some test equipment supposed to be shipping here this week, but for some reason it got shipped to my brother-in-law. So whenever we can meet with him and get it back, I'll have it, and we're going to do some high temp testing and check its viscosity and see how well of a lubricant it is once it's been superheated, because that's one of the things that breaks grease down. Once you get it hot, it basically starts to run off the components that you want it to, and it's no longer doing its job. So look out for that. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I don't fill you full of fluff. I don't send all kinds of commercials your way. I want to try and send you good content, so don't forget, subscribe, share, like. We'll see you on the Grease channel.